Hi, welcome to Clicks and Quesadillas. I'm your host, Jason, and this is Josh.
Hello.
Josh, thanks for letting me interview you. Thanks for coming over.
It's an honor.
Thank you. So, how did you hear about Heroclix?
From some handsome bald guy that I know. Played a similar game to it, and I thought, that looks kind of cool, and I played it a couple times, and it was pretty fun. I organized my squad based on color, so they weren't very good, but still had fun.
Oh, yeah. What did you do?
Just picked black and silver characters, put them together.
So you've only played a couple times?
Only a few times.
2 or 3?
I've sat over games and given poor advice to other players, so I don't know how much that counts.
Was that while like Logan was playing or something?
It was probably one of Zach, one of your small group kids.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I gotcha. Do you have a favorite superhero?
Spider-Man.
Why is that?
Grew up in the 2000s, you know, the Spider-Man movies.
Oh, yeah.
First big superhero movies where you really, with Tobey Maguire, that's when that sort of took off. You know, before that they had like the Captain America in the 90s that looked like very poor.
Oh, yeah.
Didn't do well.
Yeah.
And then Spider-Man was kind of the first big superhero. So came in the 2000s, and then I remember you could buy gloves and then put silly string in them, and then do that thing.
I remember seeing those.
Yeah.
That's fun. Do you hate the third movie as much as most people?
I only saw it once or twice, and for a good reason.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
I have the same experience about episode 1, 2, 3 of Star Wars. My wife hadn't seen it when she came here, and then I rewatched it. It was only my second time seeing it, and I was like, oh no, this hurts.
Wow.
Watching it hurts.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I used to watch those all the time as a kid, but I didn't realize they were bad until I was a teenager.
I don't hate it as much as other people, the third movie, but I do have some problems with it, like when Venom explodes at the end, and he's just gone.
Yeah, it's not very good.
So, I hear that you have no job right now. Tell me about that.
Well, sometimes my mom asks me to do things in the yard that take extensive work, and then she pays me for that, like she would any other manual laborer.
Good.
That's my job. To occasionally have jobs.
Very good.
Very
so, what is the reason you don't have a permanent job, like at a store or something?
Right. So I was a full-time student, and then I said every week I need to get a job, and then I just never did. I worked last year, not this year. And then this summer I can't really commit to working at a company full-time because I'm going to be out of the state multiple times throughout the summer. I'm going to Paraguay on a mission trip, going down the Paraguay River, and just basically putting on medical clinics and children's programs. So that's going to be pretty cool. Out of the country for 17 days.
Okay, good.
I can't really go to Starbucks and be like, can I have a job? By the way, I need 25 days off over the summer, over the next 2 months. I don't think that'd work out well.
Now, I assume you are helping with like the kids part of your
Oh no,
trip.
I'm performing surgeries.
Wow! How old are you, Josh?
19.
What? That's crazy. Doctor.
Thank you. Better be on the title of the video.
But do you know anything about like medical stuff?
There's a lot of nurses, so yeah, I'll be doing more manual labor that helps out the medical staff, and then do more of the kids stuff. And there's still lots to do.
Very good. Josh also volunteers, right, at church. Tell me about that.
So I'm a small group leader for 7th grade boys, and that's difficult sometimes. Not as crazy as your kids, so that's pretty encouraging. I actually was pleasantly surprised when I first met some of my guys. So just leading them through, teaching them about Jesus, talking about their lives, and navigating the problems every kid has at, age 13. Pretty cool.
But so do you also still volunteer with the younger kids at church?
Yeah, I'm 5th and 6th grade in Mix 56.
That's a clever name. Who came up with that name?
Probably Caleb.
Oh, okay.
Man, clever guy.
56, because that's 5th and 6th grade.
5th and 6th grade. Yeah. So Mix 56, I kind of help oversee the first gathering at church every Sunday, and then I will preach there as well, and lead small groups. So I've been doing that for about 3 years now.
Fantastic.
But so I'll have to be stepping out of that soon because I'm moving to Jacksonville.
Oh yeah. Hey, so you preached this past Wednesday night for middle school.
Mm-hmm.
Was that your first time doing that?
At student ministry on Wednesday night, yes.
Oh, okay.
To 7th and 8th grade audience, yes. However, I looked out, and most of those kids in the crowd I had preached to before in Mix when they were in like 5th and 6th grade.
Okay.
But now they're in 7th and 8th grade, so that was actually kind of cool to see the generational progression.
Fantastic, yeah. So you're moving. Tell me about that.
Going to the University of North Florida in Jacksonville this fall, and going for finance. Going to Jacksonville because it's a cool new city, and I don't like UCF in Orlando, and just wanted to get somewhere new, explore a new place that I haven't been to before. I never grew up thinking, oh, I'm going to go to UF and be a dentist or whatever. You know, I never had a super solid dream. I'm just like, I'll get a degree because that's kind of what you need to get your foot in the door in a lot of places. Like honestly, they have a decent business school, and I want to go business, and I like Jacksonville. That was the extent of my decision making.
Good. Fantastic. I sort of went that route. Just got my degree, and yeah, it was good. It was good. Good stuff. You play another game. It was not Heroclix. Tell me about that.
Well, Jason, let me tell you about that. This is a tackle box. It does not have worms in it. It has Star Wars miniatures, which is a similar tabletop strategy game.
And you can't use them as a replacement for worms when you go fish.
No, they don't work. Also, this is $40 to $60, and I wouldn't recommend using it as a Darth Revan. Would recommend using it as a replacement on a fishing hook. So yeah, actually very similar to Heroclix. Every character has certain base stats like attack and health, and that could sort of deal. Only use a 20-sided die. Similar map, except obviously smaller character base. You build your squad just like in Heroclix. There's ranged characters, there's obviously melee characters, and each characters are a certain cost. Same thing as Heroclix, and have many abilities. I would say there's probably a bigger variety of abilities just between certain characters in Star Wars miniatures, just because the Star Wars universe is pretty varied.
Yeah, and they probably have like powers that are specific to
right
certain one person or
right. Some characters only them have that certain ability. So pretty specific. Build squads. You want good synergy. You want commander effects that affect your lower level troops better and improve them. You have certain commanders like Darth Malak, Dark Lord of the Sith here, who's very good, and it's all really based on how much bang you get for your buck. So
Heroclix used to have something like they do have something where like they have individual powers that
right.
only this character has, but that's only been like, I don't know, they only started that maybe 5 or 6 years ago, because the game was like 15 years old, so maybe it was longer than that. It was just when they started coming out with cards for the characters. But it was a really exciting time for people who were playing Heroclix when they started doing that.
Yeah, all of these characters have cards. There's no clickable base, as you can see. You just have to kind of keep track of health on the card or in your head. Goes by around, same as Heroclix.
Now, this is what's considered a dead game.
Yeah.
So they don't make any more.
I believe they stopped manufacturing them in 2011. So I think from like 2005 to 2010 or 2011 they made Star Wars miniatures. I don't remember how many sets there were, maybe like a dozen. And each set had like 60 characters or so.
Do you know anything about like why they stopped making it?
Wizards, the West Coast company that manufactured it, did not retain the licensing right from Star Wars, and so that was basically the only reason they stopped.
That's too bad. They look really cool.
Yeah, if you play Dungeons and Dragons or Star Wars RPG or something like that, you can easily take any of these and make them into something even cooler. With a little X-Acto knife and some paint, you can make them into whatever D&D character you would like.
Or make some D&D characters into Star Wars characters.
Yeah, you got Neo right here. Neo. You can't really see that. But yeah, they are helpful for that, as long as you don't choose someone that's actually worth $40 and cut his head off, because that wouldn't be good.
Now, you modified some characters, isn't that correct?
There are 2 right here that I have modified. One used to be holding a lightsaber and his hand fell off at some point in a distant past. And there's one guy here with a golden arm, put a sword in his hand and an axe on his back with some glue. This guy wasn't originally blue, as you can see it's kind of chipping, but he was originally a stormtrooper body, and then this is not his original head. So yeah, if you turn that around, you'll see an axe on his back, which was not originally there. So these are
ask him a question.
So these are helpful for other tabletop games or RPG games. That can be fun to modify them, as long as you choose like ones that only cost 50 cents.
Mm-hmm.
There's a great variety in character design. Heroclix is great, but I don't know. I personally love Star Wars, and I think the character design in Star Wars miniatures is it's a little bit greater, more fun, interesting to me. And they're all about the same size. With Heroclix, it seems like you have very large characters sometimes with very low. I mean, there's 3 different base sizes, but most of the characters are about medium base. Yeah.
Cool. Thanks for sharing, Josh.
No problem.
Yeah.
It's my pleasure. I don't work at Chick-fil-A.
Because they say that. My pleasure.
Every time.
Good stuff. Well, this is Clicks and Quesadillas. Like my video if you like it.
Comment if you comment it.
If you want to say
If you commented in your head while watching this video, comment.
Yeah, do that. Thank you. Josh, thank you.
Thank you, Jason.